There's a major development in the murder of a Chicago rapper, gunned down in the middle of the day in the Gold Coast.
CBS 2's Stephen Graves is live at FBI headquarters with this big break in the investigation. Stephen.
Brad, Erica, that break coming with multiple arrests of gang members. Those who were involved in what the feds say were multiple crimes throughout the city, explaining that murder in broad daylight, they say, was done for a reason. The barrage of gunshots caught on video is hard to forget. The shooting, police believe, was committed by 4 people who jumped out of 2 cars on a busy Gold Coast street, traumatized shoppers, and killed Chicago rapper FBG Duck in August of last year.
Thank you, and thank you all for being here.
Now, more than a year later, Chicago police, the FBI, and federal prosecutors announcing charges, all against 5 men who they say are all members of the O Block street gang.
That these 5 individuals...
The majority of them picked up Wednesday morning near 63rd and King on Chicago's south side.
The indictment also charges...
Federal prosecutors getting involved because they say the group is responsible for an elaborate string of crimes connected to the shooting. Some involved drug trafficking and violent crimes to protect other members. The murder of rapper FBG Duck, also known as Carlton Weekly, was believed by law enforcement to be one of the acts that helped with, quote, maintaining and increasing positions in O Block. Prosecutors also used social media and music videos to build a case. They say the men used both to publicly claim acts of violence, taunt rival gangs, and again, improve ranking and status. Chicago police and the feds today saying they hope this speaks to the public and those hoping to commit similar criminal acts.
We are serious about our collaboration together, the federal partners.
There are now 5 people in custody who weren't in custody before. And now it's known to them, and it's known to anybody else who might be committing similar acts of brazen violence, right? And who may brag about it or not brag about it, that their day has come.
And federal prosecutors did not go into too many details about the arrests, including, say, the rank and file of these members within the gang. They do say they continue to investigate many connected crimes. Reporting at Chicago's FBI headquarters, Stephen Graves, CBS 2 News.
5 alleged Chicago street gang members now facing federal charges in connection with the shooting death of a local rapper downtown. The charges announced today by the U.S. Attorney, who says social media played a role in this case. Our Patrick Elwood live at the Dirksen Federal Building now with the latest. Pat?
Ben, and right you are, a brazen act of violence that took place on an August day in the Gold Coast against a Chicago rapper. And then it was promoted and bragged about on social media. And the feds say it was because of that helped them make this case. It was back in August of 2020 that Carlton Weekly, who went by the rapper name FBG Duck, was gunned down in the city's Gold Coast while shopping. A joint task force of law enforcement working together on this one. And today, CPD Superintendent David Brown says this is part of a bigger strategy to thwart gang violence and maximize prison time for those who will be found guilty.
We are going after gangs in this city. This includes gang investigations, narcotics investigations, and gun investigations. We are working together to hold gang members accountable for violence.
Today, 5 members of a faction of the Gangster Disciples have been indicted for his murder.
This was one of those cases we were able to bring federal resources to bear to work with the Chicago Police Department to ultimately help us make the case.
In announcing the indictments, U.S. Attorney John Lausch says this is a federal case because it falls under federal racketeering organized crime statutes. Charged are 30-year-old Charles Liggins, 28-year-old Kenneth Roberson, 22-year-old Christopher Thomas, 22-year-old T. Carlos Offord, and 22-year-old Marcus Smart. The indictment alleges the 5 used social media to brag about their crimes as a way to intimidate rivals and promote their standing within the gang, which operates in the 63rd and King Drive area. But U.S. Attorney Lausch says by using social media, in a way, they set their own trap.
There are now 5 people in custody who weren't in custody before. 5 people who were alleged to have committed a murder in broad daylight in the middle of the afternoon in the city of Chicago. Okay? And now it's known to them, and it's known to anybody else who might be committing similar acts of brazen violence, right? And who may brag about it or not brag about it, that their day has come.
So 4 out of the 5 suspects were arrested today. The 5th was already in jail on an unrelated charge. They will be assigned a judge here at the federal Dirksen building in the coming weeks. Reporting from the South Loop, Patrick Elwood, WGN News, Ben and Gaynor.
Like shit, Lil Dirt, why you send this fucking little boy to play? Why you ain't do that shit yourself if you got sucking sex with me? They tryna tell me don't say nothing, but I just can't keep quiet. They know I get fired. Nigga play with me, somebody dying. So hit gang. My nigga start a riot, lot of bullets flying. All these motherfucking crazy stories, fucking let me try it. Strip a bitch, she from Minnesota. While I was bending her over, nigga kicked the door. I grabbed the clock, shot him in his shoulder. Other nigga tried to get closer, hit him in the head, it was over. All you see was brains on the wall, brains on the wall. Me that shit, you a sacrifice. He sent you to get bodies, basically. He just signed you